Gents, if you were here for our last live stream, you would have seen a clip where a black woman was saying that modern women aren't healing right.
Because I think we are dragging out the healing process because the main fact is we're not being honest about what the fuck is wrong with us. We're not even being honest that there's something wrong with us. We are healing off of just the things that people hurt us about.
And I have to agree with this woman because modern women are so emotionally unstable that they could have two parents and hate that their parents are together.
When I was younger, I hated the fact that I had happily married parents. Like I used to pray for them to get divorced. They didn't argue all the time and like that. I just felt left out because everybody in my school had a single mom. And I was just like, why do my mom gotta be happily married? Like, why is it me? Why am I cursed with a two-parent household? I was also really mad that I lived in a home. Like, I really wanted to live in the apartments because I just thought that it just looked so cool. Like, all your friends live in the same building. Y'all all ride the bus. I genuinely wanted to be from the projects and I wanted a single mom.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
One of the things I say on this channel is that men are walking away, going their own way because modern women are not wise. If women have the mindset of what that young lady have, it's no wonder we feel this way.
If the sisters don't want to act like a wife and audition to be a wife, then stop acting like you want your man to act like a husband and pay all your bills. That's what a husband does. He take care of his wife and family, not just his girlfriend. You have to really take on the responsibilities of a wife and mother if you want to have a man that takes on the responsibilities of a husband and provider.
What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Shaun C. What we're seeing today is a bunch of women who, it's not that they're not even wife material. It's even worse than that. They don't respect men. Even though you can have two parents in a household, these kids do not respect two-parent households. The truth of the matter is, modern women are choosing to be with the type of men that are going to lead them. Women are choosing to have kids and not require more of the man that they lay down with. Today, I want to explore a few things with you. I'm going to take you back to an old clip that is going to show how even back in the day that older folks knew that this was going to be a bigger problem in the future. We're going to see a couple women, black women, explain how they learned the hard way that they were on the wrong side of this, and that they ruined their own relationships. And then I want y'all to understand why us men have stopped pursuing. And it's all because of the behaviors that we see. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And with that being said, let's get started. This is what our young ladies are choosing. They are choosing to be in situations where they're strong and independent, but they end up being a mom when they're early and a grandma at 28. It's no wonder we don't have any big mamas because you still got young ass girls that's already grandmothers showing their daughters an example where they're having kids early. There's no structure in these homes without men. This is something that we already know. But more importantly, this was something that we already knew. And when it was addressed or brought up back in the day, I don't believe that we listened to it. We didn't listen to the beck and call of what our elders were trying to tell us.
If we understand the white fear of genetic annihilation, which was why Willie Horton could be used as a very profound symbol by the Republican Party to win its election, then we will understand what is happening to the black male in this society. The black male is the threat to white genetic annihilation. And so he is profoundly attacked in this society. And if we begin to understand that, we understand what happens to the black family. If you remove the father, then the son is wandering around confused, doesn't know what to do, will get together in a gang and ends up being depressed, getting on drugs and going to prison. And in the United States, in Washington, D.C., I believe we have the second highest incarceration rate, second only to South Africa. And so in South Africa, you have black men in the work camps and the women on the Bantu stands, and here we have the black men in prison and the women in the projects, and the male children going unfathered. Now, I say that racism is responsible.
We already see, this was a long time ago, 30 plus years ago, and they're already having this conversation about how black men have been under attack because we pose a threat to a bunch of racist ass people. They don't want to see us do well. And so we have been attacked for a long time. They basically made it where you go to prison and that's modern day slavery. That's why black men are disproportionately in jail. And that wouldn't even be an issue if our women still supported us the way that they should, but they don't. And now you have a society that wants to eliminate us because they can't keep their numbers up. And you have our own women who aren't producing with the best of us to give our kids a better chance. No, they want to produce with the worst of us and then blame all of us for their mistakes. If we choose not to learn from history, then we will repeat the same mistakes of the past.
I'm so passionate about this topic of women seeing men as human and not just the butt of some joke on social media is because I used to be like y'all. I used to laugh at all the jokes and repost the videos. I followed Drew and haha, men suck. Yeah. And then I was in a relationship with a man who for all intents and purposes was very good to me. And I didn't respect him. And I ended up cheating on him. And I felt terrible for that. I had to put that on myself. I had to take accountability for that. I had to go to therapy for that. So I started talking and really listening to the men in my life. And what they said made a lot of sense. And I realized that these women were not being respectful towards men in the same way that they wanted respect from men.
Modern women today have placed themselves up on a pedestal. For so-called God-fearing women, you have to understand, if you read through your Bible, you're going to see a lot about idolatry. These were the things that caused God in the Bible to destroy the earth because people just were running amok, doing their own thing, not honoring or being pleasing to God. And the thing you have to understand is we now have a society of women, not just black women, but we have a society of women that are literally running amok, which shows one thing: the love of money is the root of all evil. And it's been a corrupting influence on everybody. Now, when we get back to this woman in particular, she believed all the propaganda, all the sprinkle. You have other women that are directly influencing what women think about men. And that's why I said earlier that it is apparent that modern women do not respect men. Black women do not respect black men.
So I'm going to start this by saying I was a good woman by textbook. You know what I'm saying? A woman of faith. I helped my man through. You know, I wasn't a cheater, didn't lie, things like that. But baby, I was terrible in other ways, and it took therapy for me to figure it out, okay? Vibe is always raw. And if y'all know me personally, y'all know my vibe is unmatched, okay? I'm a good woman. I just wasn't as good as I thought I was. Baby, a man couldn't guide me through a paper bag. Do you hear me? I was so stubborn, and it was like, don't know man, unless a man is gay, he don't want to deal with no woman that act like a man. And yes, no. I'm going to say that. And I know y'all going to be on her like, oh, here's the pick me shit. No, baby, listen to what I'm about to tell you. I was combative. I was argumentative. Probably. You couldn't tell me nothing. And when I tell you I would shut down and turn these ears off, baby, you couldn't tell me a fucking thing about me and mine, okay? Mm-hmm. And part of that was due to some of the traumas that I had, but other parts was also like learned behaviors coming from a long line of strong women, or women who had to, I feel like, be that way. So you learn these behaviors, but it's never okay. You got to unlearn these things.
The one thing that I want to highlight here is she talked about she thought she was a good woman, a God-fearing woman. She was the type of woman that said, my way or the highway. Modern women today, our black women today are learning or being taught through being raised by these strong, independent women. They are the head. That is not what the Bible says. So any woman who can sit here and say that she's God-fearing, I don't care what race you are, you want to sit here and say you're God-fearing and your man isn't leading that thing? If your man isn't the head and then you're manipulating him to get what you want, you are not a wife.
I know my place in the world, and I'm just a woman. That's not an insult. That's not a put down, but I am not a man. See, God is a man. You represent God. And I tell black women, the closest you may ever get to God is being with a black man, because he looks more like you than me. We have so many things out here affecting our respect and image of self. That's the other reason black women don't want to believe that the black man is God, because they think the black man they know ain't nothing, and that y'all ain't nothing, so there ain't no way you could be God. In fact, you have some brothers who have surrendered, and they walking around talking about the black woman as God. Some more absurd, silly nonsense that we waste our time on.
A lot of times men date us and they're actually disappointed. When you're wondering like, oh, well, why did he pursue me? Why did he want to be with me? And then now all of a sudden he pull it back and he want me to chase him. He got to fucking know you and he's disappointed. Let me tell you this. And this is my shit, so I can say, I done disappointed a couple niggas. I know that there are men out here that was just like admire me from afar, and it was like, surprise, I'm a hoe. Like, surprise, look. I fucked you in a week. Like, I know that I disappointed you. Like, I think that men, they see you from afar and they're like, wow, she's out here doing her thing. She's a boss, whatever. And then they get you and they see you off that Casamigos. You drunk as a fucking fish. Your diet don't consist of nothing. You listen to trap music every time you wake up. You have no morning routine. You have no core values. And they date you and they're like, damn, like, I thought it was something else.
Listen, and this is going to be hard to hear. This is hard to say what I'm about to say. A lot of women want men to pursue them as a wife and to make them a wife. And if a man hasn't done that, there's a reason. There's some apprehension. It's not to say that you're not a good woman. It's not to say that he doesn't intend to do it. It just means that there's some things that need to get worked on before a man is going to say, you know what, I'm good with this. And that woman was absolutely correct. Soon as, you as a woman disappoint a man while he's seeing you, while he's dating you, it's not to say that you can't get that back, but the chances are he's probably not going to look at you the same. Or he's going to be a little bit more cautious until he gets some more information. A discerning man has to get this decision right, because the woman in his life is the most important decision that he can make.
Right now, in looking on the internet, you have adult black women shaking their naked behinds to the camera. This is the kind of desperation that we have for the black man who we say we can't get along with. Everything that we do is to attract you. However we dress, however raunchy, whatever it is to attract you. Makeup, hair, long hair, fingernails, anything artificial that we add to ourselves is because of our low self-esteem and low value for ourselves, and we think we have to have something made by somebody else to adorn ourselves with to get your attention.
The same type of women you all get on the case of black men about. Oh, y'all just want to talk to those white girls. You get on men for dating outside, but then you all are adopting the habits, the language, the mindset, and the mentality of the women that y'all supposedly hate.
I saw this girl make a video and she was like, isn't it kind of funny? Like, I feel like having a boyfriend now is like lame and like shameful. And she was like, I feel like it used to be really cool, but now it's like you meet a girl and you're like, oh, you'd be cooler if you like didn't have a boyfriend. Yeah. And I was like, I really do feel that way. Like when I meet a girl and she doesn't have a boyfriend, I am like, oh, like, yeah, that's cunt. Like, you're cool. Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're on your own, like, slay, girl. And then... like, yes, independent. You don't need shit.
This is the mindset that y'all have. You all sound exactly like that. Like them. Go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. Again, with everyone sounding the same, it's going to be the woman who does something different that stands out.
No, girls don't fuck with me, bro. Damn. They don't. No, girls don't fuck with me, bro. Damn. They don't still. Back in the day, yeah, but now.
What do you think changed, bro? You're like shredded and everything.
I'm a bit more stern, innit? Girls don't like stern guys.
Yeah, I feel like they do, though. Girls like a guy that they can't walk all over.
No, they say they do.
No, they do. I really feel like they do.
I promise you, they say they do. The guys who are stern to them are really just stern, but indoors they're teddy bears. When I say girls don't fuck with me, I mean I don't cater to them at all.
Yeah.
I really don't try. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make you happy. If you don't like me, you don't like me. There's nothing I can do about that. Right. Before I used to be that guy who used to cater to them. I'll never say I was perfect. Like I was that guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And obviously I got all the women attention. But then I realized like, bro, These girls just like me because I'm catering to them. It's not really real.
For you.
Real.
Do you feel like you can meet a girl that'll like you for you then?
I don't know. I could die alone. It's gotten to the point where I actually think it's gonna happen.
You have men out here saying that they think they're gonna die alone, when that doesn't have to be the option. But that's what it feels like. And I'm sure some of you all can relate. He said that women don't like stern men. The other guy said, I think that's not true. I think they like strong men. We got to understand what we're dealing with here. This man looked like he got his shit together. Obviously, he works out. He's disciplined. So when you're that type of stern, women don't want to mess with you because that type of stern requires accountability. And they ignore that shit like kryptonite. See what I did there? The men that they look at as the men that they want that are stern are the ones who are indifferent, who maybe he don't have that discipline, but he also like, you're a dime a dozen. It's the men that treat them wrong. And so this is a huge problem. This is the kind of thing that makes a black man say, have black women turn their backs on black men. Gents, I told y'all this was going to be a deep video. I want to hear from you down in the comments below or leave me a message at speakpipe.com/TSG Uncut. Also, check out this video right here and see the conversation that we had in the last live stream. I promise you, you won't regret it.